I know. It's 10:20 at night. How many people are still up?
It's me and you right now.
No.
Let's have fun.
That's the thing. Nobody's awake, not because of this game, but because it's 10:20. Okay, maybe a little bit because of this game as well. Yes, the Kings fall to the Clippers 131-90.
Wow.
You heard that right. The Clippers won by a lot. Morgan Ragan, Deuce Mason.
Yeah, this was an absolute destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And going into it, I mean, I knew the Clippers have been playing well. Watching their last game against the Pistons, It was so impressive. It looks like they figured some things out. But man, it's like Sacramento had the stretch of 4 games where it looked pretty good. And then the last 2 in LA have just been brutal.
Yeah.
And tonight was just mind-numbing to watch. And it was bad offense.
Yeah.
Clippers defense, too, impacted things, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
But it's like some of the same issues. It's not making the right plays. There's not much ball movement, not much off-ball movement. You're not big enough. That team's massive. They've got an absolute stud in Kawhi who's playing awesome basketball, and it was a really, really challenging watch.
I just wanted to see, challenging watch to say the least. I wanted to see more of a response to that last game. That's all like in a season like this, when they're an 8-win team, it's really game by game, what are you going to get, right? You know it can revert right back to where it started or to the worst of the worst. We understand that. That is what happens with bad teams. This team is a bad team in this league. That's just what it is. It's not a good roster. The roster construction doesn't make sense. It doesn't flow correctly. So that's why when you do see those moments, any professional sports team can have good moments. Like that's going to happen. And that's what you see from this Kings team. And what I love is that when you have a coach like Doug Christie who just cares and loves and has such a competitive fire about himself that like that's all that he wants sometimes. And you see him try and go back to the vets in some of these other games where it's like, oh, is there a chance? Can we go back to these guys and somehow pull out a W? With this team, it just no matter what going forward needs to be about developing the younger guys. I said that was my New Year's resolution, Deuce, but I start that even with why was Devin Carter not going in until so late in this game? And why were they still having some of the veteran guys play out there, in the middle of the third quarter? I just don't understand those things at this point of the season.
Especially in a game like tonight, for example, it just wasn't working. You weren't playing well. And when you're now 8-25, you go, okay, let's go to something that will work. Or that's different, at least. You know what I mean? Maybe not work. And it's about the process sometimes, not the result. Like, you're going to have nights where you miss shots.
Yeah.
Maybe you're out of sync. But are you playing the right style of basketball? Are you moving? Are you sharing? Are you playing physical on both ends? And if you're not checking those boxes, like, give me a completely new group. I don't care. Give me a hockey shift and let me see something that I haven't seen. But I think to your larger point, we have seen the young guys start to play more minutes now. But I would say this, I would even look at, it's not just about the minutes now, it's about the responsibility. And what I mean by that is someone like Nick Clifford, when he's in there, I don't want him just chilling in the corner. I want to see what he was doing late in this game.
Talk about it.
Handling the rock a little bit, right? Orchestrating the offense, creating, because I feel like he plays the style that you want to play. It doesn't mean it's going to be perfect all the time. It doesn't mean he's completely ready for it either. But I can tell you this, you're 8-25. I don't care if he's not completely ready. I want to see him make some mistakes out there. Max Reyna, I want to see him get more opportunity to do his thing out there. And even Devin Carter. This front office didn't draft Devin Carter, right? I don't know how they feel about Devin, but here's what I know. We don't know much about him. All right, he was banged up last year, and so I would even give him opportunity to do those things. This is where you're at, and if that means reducing minutes or like sitting a vet for a game every once in a while, do it. I mean, I think that's what you have to think about at this stage of the season, especially with how things have been going the last couple of games. You have
to. It's no disrespect to some of these fantastic veteran players that have done so much in this league and throughout their entire career. And those are the tough conversations that you just have to have at this point, right? Like, and by the way, they're competitors at this age and believe that they can still play at the highest of high levels, that they can still play to win games. So, of course, that conversation is not going to be easy, and they're not going to want to hear it, or they're also going to want to be traded and out of this situation.
Something you brought up pregame.
What?
The Brooklyn Nets.
I was just about to talk about them again, so great.
This Nets team had all those first-round picks this offseason, and they got off to a terrible start. They're still playing them. There's some lineups out there where they're playing 3 rookies at one time.
Yes.
And in the month of December, they've got one of the best defensive ratings in the NBA.
Ooh.
Now, it didn't start that way.
No.
They took their bumps. They took some L's along the way. But you're seeing these young guys improve. Now, playing time does not equal improvement. But what I'm saying is what we've seen for a large chunk of the season, 33 games in, it's not a good team. So it's about the shift. And so I think that's kind of the next phase. You talked about 2026. Yeah, it's got to be the shift to giving not only more minutes, but more responsibility to some of the young guys.
That's such a great way to put it, because I think you're right. I think we got caught up in 2025 of just keep talking about minutes. And when you say it over and over again, it just sounds like, okay, no matter what, you're not going to be happy with whatever the number of the minutes are. And it's like, no, you're exactly right. It's the responsibility of the minutes. It's not putting Devin Carter in there with 6 minutes left in a game or 7 minutes left in a game, because you want the responsibility and the challenge to be for him to see what type of player he is, to fight and get this team back into a rhythm.
I want to see those guys out there when Kawhi's still out there.
Yes.
Kawhi was still playing the third quarter just to see. And, looking at that, it's like, Devin played 7 minutes tonight.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
Just one example. But these last 2 games have been really disappointing. It's not about them losing, okay? Because we know where the Kings are at. We're realistic about it. It's just more the basketball we're seeing, where the physicality is not there. Offensively, they're making life much more challenging than it needs to be. And like some of the stuff we talked about is themes we've said all year, where you're not taking threes in the three-point shooting league. You're not generating shots the right way. It's a very old school style of basketball from your vets. Let the young guys do their thing.
Please.
Let them fly.
Let them flourish. Let them spread their wings
Yes.
and fly. 2026. Maybe my New Year's resolution will come true.
And guess what? Doesn't mean it will be pretty either. But
no, and one more example too, the New Orleans Pelicans. Obviously, you see them with Fears and Queen and their rookies. You're just seeing them develop and fight through so many different things that are thrown at them. And yes, this game tonight, even if you played no Russ, no DeMar, and you just had all the rookies in there, it's still going to be an ugly game. But could the shift of the ugly game be, you're seeing Negro in that position of facilitating, or you're seeing guys fight through in the second quarter so it doesn't just become a 33-point game at the half. I'm just saying these are things that we can hopefully see. And the reason why it was a 33-point game at the half, and the reason why the Kings lost by so much, was mostly because of Kawhi Leonard and James Harden. And guess what? They are our Mercedes-Benz of Stockton star players of the game tonight, Deuce. Kawhi Leonard, 33 points. James Harden, 21 points. It just felt like at times it was too much to stop them.
This Clippers team was far too talented to be this bad early in the season. And now they've won 5 in a row. These guys are completely locked in, but Kawhi Leonard is at another level right now. And I don't know, there are not many players better than him when he is healthy and on his game. The minutes are up there again. He's being aggressive, getting to his spots, and it really doesn't matter what you throw his way. Look at his ability to create shots. The guy is unbelievable. 2 guys around me, you're going to bump me. I don't care, because I can score at all 3 levels. Mr. Fundamental. It is beautiful to watch.
It is. Even the between the legs. Oh my gosh, right here.
This is nasty.
Max Reno trying to stay with him.
It wasn't even bad.
No, there's a few times where it's like, it isn't even bad, but the confidence of a player like Kawhi Leonard, when he knows, he's like, I'm going up against a rook. I know exactly how much space I need. I know exactly how to manipulate this player, what I'm going to do. You saw that all night long. And then even when you saw the moment when Max was in drop, trying to get in help, when Keegan was on doing a good job on Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi, as soon as Max left just a little bit, he's like, all right, I'm going to go a little bit harder, get it nice off the glass.
We talk so much about like DeMar DeRozan's scoring ability over the years. He's one of the best scorers, right? We've seen in a long time. Kawhi does the same thing, except he shoots threes and he's just taller and bigger and longer. It's scary. When Kawhi's on, it's one of the most fun watches in the league.
And James Harden as well, like we were saying, 21 points for him. You know, you saw in the beginning of this game when it was like, all right, well, who's going to guard him? Keegan definitely started on him, and things were too easy right there. You saw Keegan turn to Max right there being like, look, where you need to be and help needs to be different. And those are the moments where you want to see the rookie learn some things. But, man, another rookie right here learning a little thing or two trying to guard James Harden.
And Nick had some good moments in this one tonight, but that's just he's a tough cover. And I think one of the things people don't realize sometimes about Harden is how strong he is. He's a big dude. Gets that shoulder. He's so good at drawing contact. And then, I mean, it's just a mismatch. I don't know what you're supposed to do with that. But, yeah, he didn't have the most efficient shooting night. But I thought one of the things the Clippers did so well, they did a lot of things well. What am I saying?
Let's be real.
Getting to the free throw line. The Kings were fouling a lot, but they were 25 of 32 at the line tonight.
Another thing that the Clippers did well, they did a really good job of packing the paint.
And that's something that the Kings have had to deal with a lot this year, opposing teams packing the paint. Why? Because the Kings don't have a lot of three-point shooting. They don't take a lot of threes. And you saw it, the Kings did not handle it well at all, which was really, really challenging. Let's take a look at some of the early stuff here. And you're going to see how many defenders that the Clippers have. Now, Russell Westbrook is driving in. The paint is packed. You can't get that deep into the paint when you have so much help in the paint. You have to make sure to get off of it and kick it out, get the defense in a rotation. And that was kind of a theme from Sacramento. This play is not necessarily bad, but it just shows you like how long, right, the Clippers are. And you've got to be quick with it. Precious gets it, doesn't get up fast enough, and then Lopez, just a great shot blocker, blocks that shot. The paint packed all night. Look at him helping off the shooters here. Keegan into traffic. He probably thought he had a step here, but again, look at all the bodies in there, and then you've got a block shot. It's so challenging when you're that deep in the paint with all of the congestion down there. And this is another one. Precious. We cannot go up with this.
No.
You've got people around you, but these guys, Schroeder, Keegan, move around. Keegan, like just standing there, move around and let's get off of it. We're making life more challenging than it needs to be, right? When that paint is that packed, you don't just drive deep into it into traffic.
Yes.
You get off of it a little earlier. You don't get that deep. You kick it out, get the defense in rotation. The Clippers were rarely in rotation tonight. The Kings didn't slip screens enough.
Nope.
They weren't having enough off-ball movement. We just saw in that last highlight, guys are just standing around.
The bodies take up so much space in the paint because they have so many big bodies on their roster, on their team, and you're exactly right. How do you adjust that? You move around. You get in a different action. You relocate, whether it could be even, it doesn't necessarily need to be slashing through the paint where all the bodies are, but you can get in the eyesight of whoever does have the ball down there and being like, kick it out, communicate, do whatever you have to do. Oh man, the adjustments. Deuce, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about this game.
Cool.
Hopefully we'll hear from Doug Christie or someone else. If not, we'll keep talking about this game and what's coming up next.
Toyota Kings Postgame Live is presented by Toyota. Class-leading MPG and more hybrid models than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places.